Hey everybody, welcome to Floorgust, brought to you by Creatures. So I'm Tiff Finney, I'm going to be showing you a little floor tutorial today. Really cool, really fun. Go get your best Creatures outfit on. I'm going to demo what the sequence looks like, and then I'm going to go ahead and break it all down for everyone. It is open level, so no excuse not to get involved. Let's go and have a look what it looks like. And we're back. Hopefully you enjoyed that little piece of floor sequence as much as I love doing it. This is completely open level, so anybody can nail this. Um, there is going to be an alternative option at the end. So just in case that feels just a little bit too much at the end, I've stuck a variation on there as well that's going to be coming up. And look, whenever we talk about variations, or just because something might be a bit easier, it doesn't make it any less cool. So never feel bad that you think, oh, I'm taking the easier route. I think the easier route will, all the time. It's just whatever looks coolest or feels coolest for you. So, without further ado, let's go for it. Starting on your bum in a clam position. So sitting on one bum, keep that leg bent. Other leg is bent in front. So you can see that there. Both hands behind. And we're going to bring this foot that's on the floor, the leg on the floor, and we're going to bring it into the same position as this leg, but bum in the air. So pop. Okay, so it's like this from this side, and pop. From there, we're going to drop the bum back down and straighten the leg. Boom, and back up. Boom, back up. You see him slightly bending the arms there to lift back up. And then we're going to cross it over the other leg. So, pop with the foot, pop with the booty, come back up and cross. So when you're doing it full speed, it's going to be like this. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, so we start with the bum on the floor, then we lift it up, we put it down, and then it comes back up again. So we're here, bum on the floor, bum up, bum down, bum up. Right, so this is just a little introduction, it's just a little cool bit, and now we're going to go into the hands and legs everywhere. So I'm going to make sure I demo this both sides because it can be quite confusing. With the hands, I want you to think of circle with one arm, circle with the other, and then circle again with the other. So it's wah, wah, wah. Okay? So as long as you think of this, you should be cool, right? So we know we've gone pop, pop, pop. We're going to start with, see this leg that's bent over the front? That same arm is going to be the first leg that circles. But we can't get it off the ground from here. It feels awkward. So we're going to take this foot and we're going to place it on the ground. So you're going to allow your knees to go over so you can press this foot on the floor. Now it's going to feel a lot easier to circle this hand. Okay? Once it's got to the floor, we're going to start lifting bum hole to the ceiling, like this. But you won't need to fully straighten those legs. Okay, so if it does feel a bit tight on the old hamstrings, it's okay because we're not going to actually fully straighten the legs. So from here, foot to the floor for balance, for stability, then circle. Lift that bum up a little bit, and now the other leg is going to circle. Okay, you don't need to have it completely straight. You can just take it out to the side, bend, squeeze the glute, and then we're going to bring it down to the floor. To bring it down, you're going to have to bend this other leg that's already on the ground, just to bring you down, like this. And then we circle the other arm. Okay, that's the bit that feels confusing. So I'm going to do it from the other side as well. Foot to the floor, Circle that hand and start to lift the bum up. Now the other leg gets its chance. So we're going to circle that one and lower down. So bend that leg that's on the ground so this one can get to go on the floor too. And then we can circle the other arm. So we end up chest to the ceiling like this. Okay, and we're nearly done, but that's tough. Practice it. When you do bring that leg, see when you circle that leg over in the air, you're aiming not to put this part of the heel on the floor, okay? You don't want to do that. Have a little watch and see what happens with me. So from here, circle the first arm, up. Now circle that leg. Can you see now? Keep an eye. Boom. I'm trying to get the toes, it's called a front toe edge, to the ground. And circle the second arm. Now finally, we can circle that first arm again. So we're just going to circle it over and under the chest. You'll feel like this leg is in the way. So what we're going to do is keeping it on that front toe edge right here. Keep it on that front toe edge. You circle this arm, turn your chest, boobies to the floor, and slide it back. As if you're going to go into a race, you know, the start of a race. So you'll be here and you'll be like, this is uncomfortable. So we circle that arm over, turn to face the floor, hand under the shoulder, directly under the shoulder, and push it back. So now we're going into a race. Yeah? So I'm going to do that from this side. Here we go. So I'm going to lift the bum up and pop the foot. Then I'm going to pop the booty. Then I'm going to cross. Now we can start that movement. So foot to the floor, circle that first arm. And now the other leg that hasn't done anything yet, that's the one that circles around. Start turning your chest to the ceiling, getting this foot to the floor. Now we can circle the second arm. And this is where we just want to get to the finish point. So we start circling now the first arm. Here, down towards the floor, chest to the ground, facing the ground, rather on the ground, and push back. Okay, notice again, I'm not like this. That's ugly, okay? You want to make sure those ankles are pushed forward. So I'm going to come in close so you can see. Boom. This is a front toe edge, okay? If you look closer than this, you'll see that mine's all scuffed because I use it so much, okay? So inside, your inside toe edge, outside toe edge, and your front toe edge. And we're really concentrating on trying to get everything, every slide that we make on that front toe edge. So that it looks pretty, yeah? Right, let's do it once more. And then we'll just go into the finish position. So into your clam, and we're going to pop that foot down, pop, booty pop, cross, turn over onto that foot. Now we're going to circle the first arm, turn your chest to the ground. Now let's circle that leg that hasn't done anything yet. Okay, now as if we're turning the chest to the ceiling, front toe edge towards the ground, circle the other arm, and now to finish, the other arm, the first arm that we circled, drag that toe edge back, and there we have it. Now to finish, we can go into an over shoulder split, or we have an alternative. So you saw the split, it looks like this, boom, ha. If you think, fuck, when you try and lower down, it is difficult to go from straight arms like this to boom, down to the floor with control, but you know, give it a bash. So what we're going to do is to finish in that split, which ain't a split. It's all a lie, it's a complete illusion, as all my stuff is. So the arm that's closest to the camera, Okay, so the arm that's closest to the camera is the one that's going to become a shelf. So you're going to bend that elbow like this. So elbow towards your phone. Imagine you're recording yourself. Boom, like that. I'll try and do it here a bit so you can see. Hi. Boom. Because you want to create a shelf for your leg to be able to rest on. Now, I'll tell you, the closer you put the leg to the elbow, the less flex you need. And my right leg has no flex. So I'm placing it right on top of that elbow. If you're super, super flexy, you can go ahead and aim for the shoulder, which is where you really get a good old stretch. So we're creating that shelf. With the other arm, we're just going to lower the shoulder to the ground. Don't collapse your forearm to the floor. So with the back arm, we know the front arm is doing this so that the leg can sit on it. Now with this arm, the back arm, you're taking the shoulder to the ground, but not the elbow, like this. That makes sense? And you're going to be looking at the shelf. All right? So you've got to lower down into that position from here. So this is where I do a little flick, and you've got to make that shelf and lower the shoulder to the ground. Oh, so that's the part, the tough part. Now you can, instead of going down to that shelf, you can do an illusion floor split instead, which will also look totally cool. So you're here, again, you're going to flick that foot to the bum, boom, and down. And it's just a total illusion, right? So if you're like, well, I can't fucking split either, you're totally cool because it's going to look good and it's not a split. So for this, if you are going to go into the floor split, you want to aim to have your hips facing the ground, yeah? So your pelvis is going to face the floor, and we're just bringing this leg across. Now, if I turn to the side, can you see that ain't no split, right? That's no split whatsoever. I'm just resting that leg across to where it's comfortable. And as long as you're filming down low, it's going to look good. If you film up here, looking down, not so much, okay? So bear in mind which one you're going to do. Now I'm going to do it facing away from the camera so you can see. So from here, we're in this position, okay? After we've done that little arm circle flow, bend the front leg, which will be the leg that's already slightly bent, okay? So flick, and watch how I take the shoulder to the ground. Yeah? I'll read. Now, whilst you are in your over shoulder split, you can rock that ass up and down. So you can be like, from here, lift up, bounce down, pa, pa, pa. If you are in your illusion split, you can do the same thing there, just for a little bit of fun. Okay, so this one looks really cool to put in a routine because it's just so flowy, and then you finish with the ha. So we start with this cool little, where's she going? What's she doing? And then we've got this where everything's going and going, and then it ends with a bang, either into your over shoulder or into your floor split. So I want you to do it. Do it loads. Keep trying it. Any questions, let me know. Have a great time with it. Make sure you tag me. Make sure you tag Creatures. Let's make Floorgust the best thing of the year. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.